In today's video, we'll be installing a third brake light, an LED one, on this 4th gen Ram. Let's get started. All right guys, so we're gonna be replacing the third brake light on the back of our cab here. It's just got the stock one, you can see there. Nothing too bad about it, but this one should clean up the look that we're going for. I think it'll make for a nice little touch. We had it from the last truck and we kept it, so we're gonna reinstall it on this truck. One side note I will show you guys. If you guys have been with this channel for a while and you're familiar with these trucks, they do have a CAN bus system, which if you start messing with the bulbs, it will quickly tell you that it doesn't like it and that you put it in a different bulb other than a halogen. So you have a couple ways to do it. You can use alpha OBD and you can change it in the settings. I don't expect you guys all to have that functionality, so you can get one of these load restrictors. You can put it in line with it. And what this is doing, it's just, because the LED is so efficient over a halogen bulb, the truck thinks that your bulb is burnt out because these LEDs barely use any power. So what you're doing is you're putting this in line and it's essentially soaking up power. It's wasting energy so that it thinks that there's still a halogen bulb in place. If you're wondering, on this one, it's the white wire and it is the brown wire, kind of this burgundy wire that you go between. I had it on the last setup, but just be careful. I'm going to turn it off with alpha OBD in this setup, or this video for you guys. The last video, I just kind of tossed it in there and you can see here, it got so hot, I guess whatever way I tossed it in there, it did lean against this plastic and started to deform it. Luckily it didn't, do any severe damage, like it didn't puncture it or anything, but just be aware of that. These things get super hot. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna change it out first, and I'll show you guys the process with alpha OBD, and I'll also show you guys the light output on this thing. It is a smoked lens, so don't expect it to be, brighter than the stock one. This is more just for a visual appearance. It just looks cooler. It's got LED strip across it instead of just one single, red stopping bulb, but not too worried about it. Like I said, 2 Phillips screws. We'll change it and we'll get it on. I do also want to mention, a lot of guys have issues with leaking on here. I'll link down in the description below. You guys can get rubber butyl tape, and I would just run it around the perimeter of this. It's the same stuff they use to seal the headlights. It's really cheap off Amazon. I'll link it. If you guys are having leaking issues in the back of your vehicle, or if you attempt to do something like this, I live in kind of a dry climate, so I'm not too worried about it. It like rains twice a year here, but yeah, you will want to make sure you seal this properly because these are known to leak. Not necessarily just this one, but just all third brake lights in general on these trucks. But let's get going. So pretty straightforward, you guys. Just 2 Phillips screws. So we're just going to remove each screw. Once you remove each screw, you're going to wiggle it and it's going to pop out like that. You're going to see your connector, and you're just unplugging the main connector like that. This is out of the way, we can discard this. And you can see it's got the same kind of seal on it. So the new one does come with a seal as well. You can see it's got the same seal as the factory one, no different there. And make sure you got no debris in here. So let's go ahead and we'll connect it. Squeeze the connector together until she clicks together. And then we'll tuck this wire in here and we'll put in our 2 Phillips screws. All right, so that's what it looks like illuminated from the back, like when you're turning on the cab light or anything like that, or the bed light. And then if you push the brakes, Amanda's gonna help us here. So there you go, you can see the top part goes red. We'll have to let that part time out for a second. All right, press the brakes. So there we go, that's what it looks like, you guys. Off the brakes, and that's what it's like with no illumination. And then push the brakes again. There you go. So she's all done. Let me show you guys the alpha OBD steps. Okay, so the next part of this is to use alpha OBD. You're gonna need one of these, an OBD link. So I'll link all the stuff in the description below, and let me know if you guys want me to do more videos on this stuff. So here it is. It's a Bluetooth module. We're gonna go plug it into the truck, turn the truck into the on position, and then run back to the computer, or you can use an Android device, whatever you prefer, but kind of like the PC, it's got a few more options. So the truck's in run position with that connected. We're gonna go over here, hit connect, and wait for it to connect. And we're connecting Dodge/Ram, Ram 1500 body computer, and pick your year If it is 2018 and newer, you are gonna need a security bypass module, so just keep that in mind. Again, let me know if you guys want me to go more in depth on another video, but I just wanna show you guys how to do this. All right, once you get it connected, you're gonna pop over. It doesn't matter if you use the PC version or the other one. Look for this little tiny car with the hood popped open. Hit that. You're gonna hit the drop down box. You're gonna go all the way to the bottom where you're gonna see car configuration change. Click on that, and then you're gonna see select option, and I'll show you guys what we're gonna go to. So you're gonna see, you can use this to search CBC features LED CHMSL lamp present. So we're gonna click on that. We're gonna select the value. We're gonna say yes. It's gonna tell you what value we're set to currently when we hit start. So I'll just give it a second, and it'll tell us what our current. So current status is no. So we're gonna click next to change it to yes. And it'll say procedure completed in just a second, right there. And that's it, you guys. Literally that one change and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, it's gonna be a wrap for today's video. So I will link that light down in the description below, as well as alpha OBD and anything else you might need, as well as the resistor if you wanna go that route. But either way, it improves the appearance of the truck. I'll show you guys one last time. It's kind of going with the whole theme that we're doing here. Looks a lot better in my opinion, but like I said, you are gonna compromise light output if you're worried about that, but we will be doing something else. I have done LED strips in the bed for lighting, which looks a lot cooler and a lot more effective as well. But let me know if you guys wanna see any of that stuff. If you have any questions, ask me down below. See you guys on the next video.